Good morning, everybody. I just left church. Was gonna record on the way to church, but kind of just wanted some quiet. Just kind of wanted some time to think and listen to some music and just kind of center myself a little bit. And I just want to be clear. When I talk about me going to church, I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody. I'm not trying to say I'm holier or whatever the heck that thing is. No. Listen, I'm not perfect. I screw up. I fall way short of the mark. And just going to church is just my belief. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what faith or lack thereof. I don't give a damn. And I know a lot of people, and even in my own church, would probably say I was wrong, would probably say I was. But the thing is what I believe is I think that there's too many good people in this world. I think there's, and I don't care what faith they are. I can't sit here and believe that because you don't believe exactly what I believe, that we aren't going to end up in the same place. I can't believe that. I can't. I've met so many great people in this world that are atheists, that are Jewish, that are, whatever. And somebody's going to tell me that because that person doesn't believe what I believe, that we're not going to see each other again, that they're not going to heaven or whatever. I'm sorry, I can't buy into that. I just can't. But, that's just what I believe. But what I wanted to, and I'll get off that, and like I said, I'm going to record a sermon today and kind of thing, and I'll do all that kind of talking on there. But what I did want to share with you this morning was I want to share you with a couple things that I do that I kind of gives you insight to who I am and what I'm about and so forth, and I've been talking a little bit about it. I talk a little bit about the cleaning that I've been doing. And it's an emotional cleaning, right? Getting rid of some of the stuff that makes me think of her and so forth. But also it's actual physical cleaning. It's straightening up my apartment, getting it back in order. And something that I adopted while I was with her was this rule that I started. This rule of 20 and 30. And it's a pretty simple thing, and it's really helped me a lot. And so basically what it is that it's the rule of 20 and 30, and it's pretty simple. So the rule of 20 applies to regular guests, okay? Just regular friends, family, normal people coming over to my apartment. And that is, I try to keep my apartment in a state of, if I found out somebody was coming over or whatever, it would only take me about 20 minutes to straighten up my apartment, make it presentable, that I'd be comfortable with people coming over. And the reason this is big for me is because I'm a fairly messy person. I think it has something to do with the way my brain works and how it's kind of messy and discombobulated. But I'm a fairly untidy, messy person. I don't mind clutter. It's not something that's ever really bothered me. Because even in the clutter, I still know where pretty much everything is. Again, I think that's kind of how my brain works. But, but I've started living this way of, okay, I'm going to keep my apartment in a state of I can clean it in 20 minutes. Because at least then I don't have to be worried. I don't have to... Sorry, it's raining, so you have my wipers going. But, you know, I don't have to live in this state of perfection. I don't have to have my apartment nice and neat all the time. And that just kind of suits me. Makes me feel comfortable. And I know a lot of people probably won't understand that, or maybe you do. But so the rule of 20 applies to regular company. Now the rule of 30 would only apply if I thought somebody was going to come over and was going to see my bedroom. And I adopted that when I was with somebody, when I thought she would come to visit and so forth. So you had an extra 10 minutes just to straighten up my bedroom, make my bed, just kind of make sure there's nothing, you know, crazy going on or anything like that. You know, like I don't have any dishes in there and what have you. But that's because when my friends and family come over, I could just shut my bedroom door, no big deal. But if there was somebody coming over that would possibly see my bedroom, well, then I need to straighten that up as well. So that's the rule of 20 and 30. And I try to live that way. I try to adopt that. I mean, it gets out of hand once every while, especially when I'm really busy with work and so forth, and I just don't have the time. And in that, I do the deep cleaning, and I do so that in that 20 minutes, it's literally just maybe vacuum and dust a little bit, or you know, whatever. Do some dishes, those kinds of things. But yeah, that's one thing that I wanted to share with you. Is just this idea of, you know, something I do, something I believe in. And yeah, it's a little, it sucks to think about it a little bit that I came up with that and I started living that way because, in all truth, I was trying to make somebody else happy. Because, like I said, I'm a pretty messy person. I don't mind clutter. I don't like living in trash. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I don't mind clutter. I don't mind things being out and not have a place or whatever you want to say. So, which she didn't like. So I tried to become this other person. You know, I tried to do things like this to be better for her, not necessarily for myself. I'm realizing that it's not a bad thing to be a little less cluttered, to be a little bit cleaner, and that's not, cause it's not like I'm dirty. I'm not like I'm, you know, but to be more tidy. I'm realizing that's not a bad thing. But again, it was something that I changed about who I was for somebody else. And I got a pretty bad history of that, and that's something I got to work on. I was going to quit smoking for her. Now, granted, I need to quit smoking, and I know that's bad for me and so forth. I've been hearing that most of my life. I started smoking when I was 14 years old. Smoke a pack a day. Used to smoke 3 packs a day. I know it's bad. I'm well aware of the dangers and the health risks of smoking. Trust me. So please, nobody harp on me. You know, I get it. But I've been changing, you know, and that's the thing. I was changing things about myself. I was changing things, how I did things and so forth for somebody else. And, you know, that's not good. It's not good to do that. It's not good to try to change who you are just for somebody else. And especially when it's unappreciated, unfortunately. Come to find that out, she didn't appreciate what I was doing. She didn't appreciate the fact that I was going to do all this and that I was working on all this stuff and trying to better myself. so that I can make her happy. She didn't appreciate any of it. So, what are you gonna do? I guess I gotta take that stuff and just kind of turn it back to me. Turn it back to, okay, I'm gonna do this for me now. Because I'm gonna make somebody else happy. I'm gonna do these things for myself so that the next person I'm with I can make happy. Because that's something I love. And I know it's not always the greatest thing, but I love making other people happy. And I love making people smile. So, but you know, I'm just trying to enjoy life. I'm trying to enjoy what I got going and the people that are in my life. And yeah, you know, it's, and if one thing some people have probably noticed, other people may have not, I have ADD, and it makes me, I'm not the easiest person in the world to get along with. I can be a pain in the ass. I have some issues. I have some problems. But we all do, and that's just, but I take a little extra patience sometimes. I take a little extra, you know, but my ADD can be a pain in the ass sometimes. It really can. Because I can't sit still. I can't focus on one thing for too long. I can't. It sucks. And you'll probably notice I'll jump back and forth and blah, 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 and it is me. That's who I am. And I know somebody watching this will probably be like, hey, you got a blinker out. No, I don't. I swapped the lights in my rear tail lights to LEDs. And the truck thinks that a light is out because an LED doesn't have the same resistance that a normal bulb does. So it thinks there's one out, so it hyper flashes. FYI. But no, I mean, that's so. And unfortunately, some people just don't understand me. Some people have a hard time dealing with me. Sometimes my brain works too fast for my mouth or my hands. But anyway, so yeah, I went to church this morning, felt good. Something I need to focus on, something I need to get back to doing for myself. And again, not to be better than anyone, not to be, no, I'm not perfect. I screw up. I just try my best. That's all I can do. But I'm gonna go out and get some breakfast for myself. And yeah, it's a cold, rainy day today, so got a little bit of work later. So, you know, gonna try to enjoy the day. That's all I can do. But something that was talked about at church this morning, I want to thank everyone in my life who's ever been there for me, who's ever helped me. For those of you watching this, I want to thank you for joining me in this journey. And yeah, I love you guys. I love everybody in my life. I love everybody watching this. I love you. Thank you. And I'll see you next time. What's up, everybody? Just sitting here at home. Just got home from work a little bit ago. Just finished recording my my sermon video. Like I said, so I'm gonna do separate ones, so that those of you that aren't into that don't have to watch it. And and that's your thing. Cool. Totally cool with that. Um, yeah, I'll tell you, it's a little later than I wanted it to be, but when I got home from breakfast this morning, something just didn't feel right. My body kind of took a dive, and I ended up sleeping most of the day and feeling like crap. And then my buddy called me and he's like, "Hey man, I really need your help at work." So I went over there and I worked a little bit, and it went pretty well. Things went pretty darn well actually, until right at the end, and that somebody made a mistake and damaged a piece of equipment. And had they done any worse, a lot of people could have gotten injured very quickly, unfortunately. And for people watching this that know about theater, he damaged an arbor on a fly rail. And basically, what an arbor is a very unique piece of equipment on a fly rail system, which what controls the scenery that moves up and down. It travels up and down, and needless to say, there's a lot of weight involved in this scenario, and something hanging roughly 60, 70 feet in the air. And had it broken, a large, heavy piece would have fallen dead free fall from 60 feet. And there were people standing underneath. Luckily, we realized the problem, got everyone clear, and we safetied it off as best as we could. But it was a very stressful situation for a few moments there. Um, I have run fly rails for quite some time, um, and it's something I take very, very seriously. Um, when I went to school down south, that was one of my main jobs, was the fly rail system, and very, I would say I'm pretty knowledgeable about it and how it works, and the different ways to prevent things and so forth. And the safety of it is something I take very seriously. So when this happened, I was very, very concerned and pretty stressed out there for a minute or two, because it was damaged pretty severely, and it was very, very scary. But we got it taken care of as best we could. They're gonna get it handled on a more professional level, because that what happened and how to fix it is a very involved process. Oh, excuse me. And it's it takes some serious machinery and things to do it correctly. And those things are better left to what best can be described as a step below structural engineer. It's no joke. Um, but yeah, it's so up until that, it was a pretty good night. Again, I slept most of the day because I wasn't feeling good, and my stomach's still a little kind of messed up right now. But but yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm probably just gonna relax the rest of the night. I'm gonna stay in. Um, I think I gotta work. I got some work tomorrow. At least I know at least one place, and then if not, I probably have two jobs tomorrow that I have to go do. So, hey, that's cool. Um, but yeah, it's been hasn't been much of a day because I've been sleeping most of it, unfortunately. But I just want to check in, just say hey. Feeling outside of the physical sickness that I'm feeling right now, I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling like I can do it. I'm feeling like I can move on and I can get better. Feeling like that I can do it. That I can move on with my life and move past her. So I just wanted to check in with you guys real quick and just kind of let you guys know that, because again, this vlog is about keeping myself accountable. Because like I said, even if nobody watches it, I have it for myself. I have it for myself to say, hey, you said that, now you got to stick with it. And the people that are watching it, my friends and family that I'll send this to, they can keep me accountable. Like, hey, you just said last night you're going to do it. Remember that. And that's the thing. And that's what it's all about. So, it's, yeah. That's all I got to say, really, I guess. But, just leave it off with I love you guys. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.